So deja vu, has anybody ever experienced deja vu before? I was not aware of what deja vu even was until probably grade 7. And I remember heading into gym class, and this girl that we sort of hung out with, all of a sudden she kind of looked like she checked out of her body. She kind of paused and she felt a little dizzy and she went, whoa, I think that was deja vu. And I was like, and this other girl was like, and we were like, okay. And so like deja vu is what we call it. Okay. And I thought this seems kind of weird. But again, I was super unawake back then. And any of these kinds of things, I didn't care about. I actually thought, oh, this girl's a bit weird. Now, it would be considered normal in the spiritual community, wouldn't it? All right. Am I right or what? All right. So let's have a look at what does deja vu even mean when you look it up online. Okay. All right. You get some kind of an eerie feeling that you've been here or you've done this before. That's what it means. It's French for already seen. So when you're saying deja vu, you're saying already seen in French. And it can be a very strange and even unsettling experience. Logically, you know you haven't experienced the moment before, but your brain is telling you otherwise. How cool is that? And when you start to channel spirit, when you start to open up, when you start to realize that you're basically taking down these walls and starting to notice that there's more than just what you're focusing on in the three-dimensional reality that you live in, you start to kind of like have these kinds of experiences often. And would I say they're always deja vu? No. But one thing I would definitely say is there are moments when I have source frequency hovering above me, wanting to converse with me, and it can make me lightheaded and dizzy. It can stop my train of thought or slow it down. Or the other thing I might get is ear ringing. I might get a little bit nauseous or a little bit lightheaded. Is that what they're trying to do? No. But their energy is so much more expansive than ours and our bodies that's kind of the response we get. So would I always say that it's deja vu that someone's experiencing? No, I wouldn't. Because you could have spirit coming in communicating with you. But then I suppose it's really about breaking it down and using discernment and figuring out exactly what's happening in the moment. All right, so here's some of what I channeled from my guardian angel pertaining to this topic. And then we're going to channel Eric and get a little bit more info. Okay? So some of the experiences one is having with deja vu is occurring due to a past life. Who would have thought that, right? So this is what I'm channeling from my guardian angel. So if you're having an experience and you would call it deja vu, this experience that you're having is due to a past life. Think about a lot of souls come to Earth, and I've seen a lot of you out there, including myself, incarnating here like hundreds of times. Hundreds. Okay? And so to think that maybe you've been in that location, or maybe you have had this similar experience, and it's clicking in that moment. Some of the experiences are occurring to catch one's attention. Okay? So what she's saying is, you're having that experience and spirit or your higher self is attempting to catch your attention on purpose. Okay. And then here's the question. Why is the experience occurring to catch your attention? And the answer is to make you aware of certain people, events, places that are highlighted. So you might be talking to someone, you might be in a certain location, you might be a part of a certain event, and then it's meant to catch your attention and highlight it. And then it's about relaying information needed during these meetups with certain people. So if you're with a certain person or you're in a certain location, okay? So it's meant to catch your attention, and it's also meant to relay certain information which spirit feels, or maybe your higher self, your soul feels is needed in that moment. Isn't that wild? Okay, so with certain people, experiences, or locations. So it's highlighted, information's coming in, it's meant to catch your attention. And then also to make you aware of certain people, events, places that are, oh, sorry, I'm reading the same line. If not highlighted, one may miss the fork in the road, being guided by your soul in order to show you the way forth. So is it really deja vu, Agnes or Eric, whoever wants to take this? Or is it really just spirit getting one's attention, your higher self getting your attention, to make you aware of maybe that person that you're with? Maybe you've had a lifetime with them before. Maybe you've had an experience in this building, in this place before. Eric goes, ha ha, right in my face. All right, do you want to take the reins? He says that if you could imagine your soul having so many different experiences all at once, it would like blow your mind, he says. When you subtly check out, or you daydream, or you have a deja vu experience or moment, that's your soul either relaying information to you that's needed in that moment, or exiting briefly to do something of importance, and then coming and checking right back into your body. He says when you look at patients in care home facilities and they have dementia, he says not necessarily just care home facilities, but in general, patients, people having dementia, where are they? They're checked out. A lot of them, many of them are hovering outside of their body, or a large portion of them are outside the body, but the entirety of the soul is busy and actively participating and doing other things. He says, it really is quite slow here on earth in your physical bodies. So your energy is for the most part, he says, kept quite busy and doing many things. And then he also wants to talk about many of us, when we go to sleep at night, we exit our body and we're busy and actively helping and participating with what's going on the other side if we're needed, if we have the energy. He says if we have the tenacity. Okay. He says some souls are more laid back. They don't want to participate as much, whereas other souls are gung-ho. They want to help out. And he's talking about some souls helping the archangels, the ascended masters on the other side, and then coming back into their body in the morning and feeling, on the clock it looks like you slept for a good length of time, but in reality you're quite busy, and then you might feel, he's doing like this, quite tired. You might feel quite tired, okay? He says, does anybody have any questions pertaining to this topic? Yeah, well, you guys go ahead and type in the comments what you would like to ask Eric. I personally want to ask, so really, this is Spirit's way, or our soul's way, of getting our attention maybe to download or relay information to us that's needed in these moments. But we feel like maybe it's happening as if it's happened before, or are there experiences where we're right in the same building, we're in the same experience, we're with the same people, maybe we've had different lifetimes with these people, but it's the same soul, and we're having a similar conversation, and so we're reliving something similar to what we've relived before. Mainly, it's your higher self relaying information to you that's needed in that moment. He says it may be your guardian angels from time to time, but in these extreme moments where you partially or fully kind of check out of your body, it's your soul. It's your higher self. And from time to time, you are experiencing something similar, a similar conversation with the same soul that you've had in other lifetimes. Or you're in the same structure, the same town. Things really highlighted. They seem really, you may roll into a town, he says, and it will seem really highlighted, and it feels really comfortable and really good to be there energetically, vibrationally. And other times you might roll into a town and be like, he's doing this, pinching his nose, like, oh God, no, I'm not living here. This is not for me. He says he highly recommends that before relocation, that each of us, if we're thinking about relocating, that we go and we check out the location long before moving there, because the idea of relocation to this area or this region might seem good. We may have gotten a job. Everything's falling into place. But the reality, the reality of it. So he's just bringing up a topic. There's a place, and it's just nearby. It's just inland from where I live, and it's very prairie. Okay, it's flat. There's no trees. There's no water, and many are moving there because the rent is cheaper, the housing is cheaper, everything's cheaper, gas is cheaper, groceries are cheaper. So everybody's like, oh, flocking there. And I used to live there growing up for 9 years, and you couldn't pay me enough money to move back there. I'll find another way, thanks, not going back, because energetically, vibrationally, and really physically, I just can't live there. It's so dry, so cold. People get more chronic ear infections, nosebleeds, your skin's dry. You better lube up with Lubriderm every single day for the rest of your life. So for me, it's not worth it. But for other people, they haven't gone and checked it out. And many of these people are posting online now. They're like, yeah, I moved there and I thought it was going to be great. And after 4 months, I just couldn't take it anymore. And I moved back to where I originally came from. I'm like, All right. So here's the first question. Oh, really? Really? Wow, Amanda. Do you want to ask anything about it? So this is just happening the other day. Oh my God. You know, a lot of times when I'm driving, my mind is more inactive. They pick moments where we're more inactive. And maybe that friend of mine in gym class, maybe that's a good time for them to get her attention, because when you're doing exercise, your mind is more inactive. So whenever your mind is more quiet and still, that's when they come. That's when they try to get your attention. So driving your car, any chance they can get when your mind is sleepy time or quiet time. Oh, that's a great question. Can animals, or do animals notice any kind of deja vu moments or experiences where they're, oh yeah, okay. The way, boy, Eric's got visuals that are so interesting. So with animals, it's more noticing a different energy that's entered the room. Eric's acting as if, you can't sneak up on an animal. You can't hide around a corner because most of them know you're there. So if we want to look at it like your soul or some other energy is trying to get your attention during those moments, like with an animal, you can't hide or you can't sneak up. You can't try to get someone's attention. How about the animal's higher self getting the animal's attention? He goes, most of the animals' higher selves are happy to be here on Earth. And he knows, he says that many of you won't want to hear this, but that's the truth. He says originally coming into this, they're happy to be here. Now, not all animals are treated properly or lovingly. We're not including these now as we move along on Earth. But in the beginning, the idea to come to Earth is exciting. It's high vibrational for them. I see a lot of, he's showing me a lot of their guardian angels stepping in and conversing and assisting with them. So I find that's kind of interesting. I've seen it before. He's showing it to me again. The animals, and I didn't know that when I first started channeling, all of your animals have a guardian angel with them. Every single one of them. So if you ever want to try to communicate with your animals and you're having a hard time communicating with them directly, relax your mind and direct it to their guardian angel and see what you pick up then. Okay? When I went through this giant Christmas market the other day, there were thousands of people in there, and it was a little overwhelming because every person's guardian angel knew that I could hear them and converse with them. And so I'd have these waves of like, whoa, getting like just a little overwhelmed, a little lightheaded as this person's guardian angel opened up in front of me, wants to chat with me. And then I go down the next little lane and here comes the next one. And they're just so eager to like talk with us and chat with us. I bet if anything, they would love it if I would stop and relay a message for the person from them. But when you're in the midst of like 1,000 people, this is a little too much. So it felt really good. It felt so angelic. It felt blissful. Yes, yep. So that's what I was talking about in the very beginning, Renata, is we have major solar flares coming in. We might have a hard time sleeping at night. What are the solar flares really? We're getting permeated by light frequency. Really, that's what they are. At least that's what Spirit tells me they are. It's not like we're just having solar flares and that's it. Like solar flares are happening for a reason. And I find it very interesting how this ascension path is starting to go upward here on Earth. And the scientists will say that the solar flares are to continue to pop off like crazy, including CMEs, which are even bigger, over the next 11 years. This is like our peak. Wow, that's interesting, isn't it? You are sleeping well, but no dreams. How weird is that? Yeah, I mean, I've been saying like I can't sleep till about 3 a.m. these days due to the energy coming in. It's just like, but it feels really good. To me, it feels really good. The energy feels good, but then I'm like wide awake. So let's see. Tired. Yeah, there's something energetically going on with you. They're telling me has nothing to do with sleep, has nothing to do with what's going on in your life. Because there's a lot less going on in your life right now than there normally would be. Okay. Oh, they're taking it as an opportunity because you have this slower time and more alone time. And they're taking it as an opportunity to, what are you doing? What are you doing, huh? What's happening? They're talking about like you could look at it like rewiring you. Or how else do you want to explain it? Working on your energy in order to help you feel lighter, better. And then your male guardian angel has this just slow grin. So they're working on your energy, and it's a prime time to work on you because you're just taking it easy more, or you have less stress, or whatever this is. It's a great time to get you. Yes. All right, Annie. Well, what specific question do you want to ask? That's what I'll ask you in return. Yay! So ask away. Ask whatever question in specific that you would like to have the answer to. It's funny when people come to me for a reading, and I will say to them, okay, so what are your questions that you'd like to ask? And they say, oh, well, I just thought you'd tell me something, which we work on for the first 20 minutes. And then I say to them, well, okay, so as you read through my website, it's important to ask questions. What is it specifically that you want to know? You come for a reading to get answers. And so that's the request I always make from an individual, is to ask, what is it that you want to know specifically? All right. Hello. You know, Chicago is always known as the Windy City, and where I grew up is also known as the Windy City. It's across the plains, the prairie, and we have these like foothills, like further back out, and the wind comes over these suckers and comes right down over the landmass and nails us like crazy. I remember walking as a teenager with my head forward like this because the wind would cook me in the face so hard. And you'd have to get home and clean all the dirt out of your nose and your ears. Can you beat that, Chicago? I'm teasing you. Oh, there you go. Well, that's a sign too, Renato. That's a confirmation with what they said. Well, and that's true too, if you think about it, because your soul, before coming into an incarnation, is examining and making a plan long before you enter this body. So it could be that your soul is just upgrading or giving you information about what's important or necessary or needed or to come in that moment from what your soul signed up for or made an agreement upon. So in a lot of ways, yeah. But again, if we look at the big picture, it's relaying information that's needed at that time. And I always see this. Souls investigating, even long before you incarnate into a body, your soul is invested. Some, not all of us, okay? Some souls are inspecting different planets, different locations, hanging out with different angelic energies to get information about what it would be like to incarnate on that planet and what lessons they'll learn. Some souls, this isn't a common thing that I notice, but they'll choose smaller animal or bodies, very just small, not on Earth. I see this on other planets. It's just to get accustomed to being in something physical. And so some of their energy will try out that vessel. Is all of your soul's energy housed in your vessel? The answer to that is no. And it never will be, okay? Because your body would not be able to handle that amount of energy. So you will try out other different vessels on other planets other than human or Arcturian or Pleiadian, okay? So you're getting your feet wet, essentially. Then you will pick and choose other vessels, such as possibly Pleiadian, Arcturian, Andromedan, Orion, Grey. We go on down the list. How many people have I met on Earth who have had Grey lifetimes? 2. Not many. So when you decide what's a good fit or vibrational match, do you stick it out? No. I've seen souls try out a body, say myself, for example, Arcturian, 2, or I think 3 lifetimes, 2, thank you, 2 lifetimes, 2 go-rounds wasn't my cup of tea. So where was I going to go next? And I went right to Pleiadian. And that was more of a good fit. Now, Earth isn't where you come when you want to try something like incarnation for the first time. Every single person that has ever come to me has a lot of other lifetimes in other vessels, other experiences, far more advanced. Then they come to Earth. So you need that experience under your belt before you come to Earth. 100%. I don't think any of us can, I think we all intuitively, instinctively, deep inside know that. If your soul just came out of it, and then, okay, and then it came in as a human. Now, there are a few souls like that. They tell me this, but I've never met one yet. So, if you ask, oh, am I a starseed? The first thing out of my mouth I'm going to say is yes. Because I haven't seen, after 3,000 readings, okay, I've had my experience to see that, oh, you come to Earth when you've already had hundreds of experiences, when you've already done some of the most amazing, cool ever. Then when you want some experience and testing your will, then you'll come to Earth. So if you chose to come to Earth, like, they all say hats off to you, all of them. But who chose to come here? You did. Nobody else picked it for you. They may have mentioned it to you. You may have thought about it. I've even seen some people come to me for a reading, and their angels will say, joking, laughingly, that at first, this person didn't want to come to Earth. Okay? But hung out, observed Earth, observed what was going on here, chose the vessel, chose the family, and then decided to come. Yes. The stuff I've seen over the past 7 years is out of any scope or realm of what I thought it was. I had no idea what it was. So the picture has been painted over 3,000 times for me. And that doesn't include all the courses, all the classes, all the lives, all the communication that I do with spirit by myself. Oh, yes. Wow. Chewing. Okay, so let's break this right down. Okay. Your daughter is 14 and has been getting deja vu. Her heart rate goes up to 150 and her body gets hot and she starts chewing. How fascinating. This is scaring her. I don't know if it is medical. All right, so let's break that down. And Suzanne, you can do this with me. If you're not used to doing this, then we're just practicing. Is this medical related when Suzanne has her daughter who is 14 and she's having this experience? Medical, or is it energy related? Medical. Something wrong with her body that she needs to know about? Hormones. Okay, well, we know that. So we're shifting through hormones. Okay. You know what's interesting is the way it's the way your daughter's guardian angel is communicating with me is interesting. It's very claircognizant and very straight to the point. Like there's no, right in my head, and not long sentences, very short and sweet to the point. So just in my head, there we go. He's telling me that your daughter isn't accustomed to being on Earth for very long. She's had incarnations elsewhere. You are her anchor here. It's important that you are aware that anything that she needs, she's going to come to you for some time and years ahead. Okay, so we're talking like way down the road. I'm hearing that you're a blue life color, that you've incarnated on Earth for some time. So instead of an indigo or a violet, you're a blue. Blue, violet, indigo, crystal, rainbow. So look up blues online. He's just got a big grin on his face, and he's telling me that she's going to be all right. The way he's communicating, it's interesting because our guardian angels come with us through all these lifetimes, right? And so our guardian angels will pick up the energy of where you go. And if I were a betting woman, where your daughter has been is quite different than Earth. The communication is by telepathy. Is straight to the point. I'm also getting like hiding away, or maybe this experience on Earth is too much at times, like hiding out in one's room. Coming down to the bottom, Suzanne, if you want to chime in on anything that I'm channeling. So what's happening with her energetically, and why is she chewing? It's kind of like a way of her relaxing herself. Releasing, relaxing. It's not going to last forever. It's also a way of processing the energy / information that is coming through. As soon as I said to them, is there anything physical happening here that she needs to know about? They said, no, this is energy related. Oh yeah, she hides out in her room a lot. Yeah, I'm here on Earth. This frequency, what's going on, people fitting in, it's probably quite a lot. How's that going to play out years down the road? You are going to be the anchor. So she signed up to incarnate on Earth with you, and you're meant to help her. You are going to be the leader here. What I get from you is that you just try to talk with her, communicate with her, listen to her, be available for her. Your frequency feels real good. I could just be like that dog in that video dancing in the kitchen. You're like, your energy feels great. So her soul chose to come here with you. Why did her soul chose to come to Earth? You know what I'm getting in my stomach and my chest, and I'm getting heart palps. What is this? It's this incoming energy that's watching over her while she's on Earth, and it's from so it would be like Starseed family members, okay? These are energies that she's had experiences with that are here watching over her while she's on Earth. And the way that they're making me feel when they get close to me is I feel it through the top of my head, all the way down through the center of my body. I feel like I got heart palps, and my stomach is slightly cramping up. It's not that they're trying to make me feel this way, okay? It's just that their frequency is so different than here on Earth, or what I'm accustomed to, that my vessel it has this experience. Anything else? She came, holy cow, that's so fascinating. You know, I don't usually hear this. You would think I would, but I don't. She came here part of the reason she came here to experience time, constraints, restrictions, being in this form, this vessel, this body. And I get this feeling of like feeling lost. A little bit of feeling lost, uncertain, unsure. But Suzanne, you are her rock. So even when she's uncertain and unsure, and her energy is so different than here on Earth. And this energy of where she's been is so strong. Okay. They want me to channel these words, and okay, these words are for your daughter. Whether you care to relay them to her or not is up to you. But the message here is, greetings. We are happy to be here, coaching you here on Earth. It's not straight to the point like you're used to with us. Things are more, as you say, convoluted, at times distracting here on Earth. We attempt communication, and at times this can make you feel uncomfortable, and then we step back. Our energy stepping forward creates this reaction, this response in your vessel. And they're just giving they're sorry about that. Okay, I get almost like a bending forward, and that they're not using the word sorry. They would prefer that response wasn't happening in her vessel. She's still quite young. They're attempting communication in order to help her. They're so happy to be able to communicate through me to relay their message. Okay, so it's really important for her to hear this. She needs to go out and have experiences, whether she gets along with the people or she feels uncomfortable. She doesn't enjoy what she's doing at all. So be it. The more she hides out, the more she tucks herself away, the more enjoyable that can be. Very enjoyable too, they're saying. But she needs to stretch herself, to grow, to get outside her comfort zone, to try new things, meet new people. And I see them with her. I think they're with her all the time. And she's walking around, and I don't feel like she's comfortable in a lot of situations or scenarios. So okay, we'll go try indoor bowling or ice skating, or we'll go and watch a concert. It's all about getting her out of the house, getting her out of her comfort area. Life on Earth is meant to be lived and experienced, not tucked away. They're also wanting her to know that by the time she reaches the age of 16, that things will become much more comfortable for her. She's also going to meet a lot of new individuals that will enter her life that will help her feel more comfortable as well. And these individuals being guided into her life are, all of this is taking place in spirit, them, her angels, her spirit guides, okay? Everyone is helping to make this happen. And how many of you are here with her on Earth? 4. And what name or label would you like to give yourself, since we can't say Arcturian, we can't say Andromedan, we can't say Pleiadian, we can't say any of those because this isn't what this is. The light bringers, the bringers of the light, the ones that have been with her all along, each and every journey, similar or like Archangel Michael always being with me while I incarnate on Earth. These 4 are always with her. It's just that your energy is probably creating this response in her. So all of a sudden she gets her heart going. I'm telling you, I just felt them give it to me real good. So maybe you guys could work on not giving her that kind of a strong response in her body. Is that possible? So maybe instead of all 4 of you showing up right there to communicate with her, maybe one of you guys steps forward and consider it done. They got a smile. Okay? Okay. So I'm not talking with her spirit guides, although I could. And I'm actually, I was talking with her guardian angel, but now these are her Starseed family members from an origin in which I'm not familiar with. Were you guys always non-physical? Yes. So where she went and had experiences was all non-physical. Suzanne, is she very like straight to the point? There's no beating around the bush with her. There's no, talking too much or lollygagging, because this energy is so straight to the point. They communicate like there's no need for anything other than the bare bones of what they want to communicate. That's what I get here. Fascinating. And here's an example of a starseed origins that I'm not familiar with. She is like that? Yeah. Well, now we know why. Because where she has been and is her soul like this, or is this just how she's become because of the experiences or go-arounds or incarnations with you guys? She's always been like this, but it's maybe more amplified or brought to the forefront from the experiences that she's had with them. Fascinating. They're very intelligent. Crazy intelligent. Like, they can read my mind like nothing. So Suzanne, if you don't like anything or you got a problem with anything, you think the thought in their direction and they're going to pick it up in a heartbeat. And so we're looking at her Starseed family member. So what is a Starseed family member? It's a fraction, a fractal, a percentage of an energy, a higher self, a soul that has had go-arounds multiple times with your daughter, knows her real well, and has chosen to come to Earth and help her here on Earth. And the feel of this is they're right by her side. They don't go nowhere. Where she goes, they go. Where she goes, they go. Is that how it's going to be until the end of days here on Earth? Correct. So her guardian angels, probably some of the rest of her team of angels, and her Starseed family members are going to be with her every single day. Do I see that all the time? No. Usually Starseed family members will go off and then they'll come back in, and no. These guys are going to be with her. They're trying to have her be aware of their energy, which of course is creating that response, no doubt. So you guys are going to have to figure out another way where she's not having a total like panic attack and her blood pressure's going up, and if they notice that she notices them, then they're like, okay, she notices us, and they'll probably put it on her even stronger, right? We're here. What they're trying to do is have communication with her to help her, to let her know that they're here. Do you want to say anything else? As she gets older, things are going to get easier. And just to be aware that they're always here to communicate with, whether she can hear them or otherwise. It's the same thing when you're going to converse with your guardian angels, just like your Starseed family member. You just think the thought or say it out loud or put it on paper, and you're having a conversation with them and they're going to hear every word of it. All right. Good. Wow, that was so strong, Suzanne. So strong. So you are going to be the pack leader in this one, because she's not familiar with Earth as much as you are, and the two of you decided to come into this together. They're telling me you're the heart of the household, and you bring a lot of goodness and a lot of light, and they're really proud of you for taking this on in this lifetime. So nice, so wonderful. It's not always easy here on Earth, no. However, one can also choose to make it easier should they wish, and it doesn't start from anywhere else other than right between your ears. What is it you wish to create, as you are creators? He says, that's enough for now, Kristin. Okay. Okay. So we definitely need energy to step back. Anything else in regards to that? I guess she's got a lot of energy around her, and she's got a lot of energy coming through her. Anything else? Grounding out in nature, drinking alkaline water, spring water from a spring delivered to your door, not tap water, which is acidic and polluted. I'm getting this from her guardian angel. I teach it actually in my courses. We want to cool the body down. We want grounding. We want the water, the spring water will even help ground you. Rooted, grounded vegetables. It'd be really great for her to have someone to talk to other than yourself, although you're always there for her. The feel of it from our guardian angels is like we just have to make it through the next 2 years to 16. That's it. Anything else? They're talking about taking her to someone like a doctor and speaking with them about what is happening. But you know when you go to a doctor and you tell them everything that's happening and they do the inspections, they have a look at her and everything, but they can't really find anything? A friend of mine, long time ago, came to me and said that he just passed out on the street corner, okay? And this was in Croatia. And they got him into an ambulance, they got him into the hospital, and they checked him with an MRI and they couldn't see anything wrong. And of course, the medical community just wants to put you on pills, so they put him on pills to help increase oxygen into your brain. And immediately his guardian angel came in and said he doesn't need to be on these pills, that the reason why he had that response is because energy was attempting communication with him, which created such a drastic response that he passed out. Also, by the way, my friend is only having his second lifetime on Earth ever, still new to Earth. So your daughter is also still new to Earth. And this is a lot energetically, vibrationally. And it wouldn't shock me if she's really open and sensitive to other people's frequency. But go to a specialist, go to a doctor anyways. And I get no warning. Here. That's what I'm receiving in regards to that. Okay, Annie, do my guardian angels have any suggestions of me finding work? I want to start something that gives me passion but don't know what to do. You know, I just feel calm, like I'm relaxed. What are you, lounging on the couch? Oh, she's very sensitive, Suzanne. Yeah, big time. Picture you having all these experiences with these magnificent beings of light and love, and then you come to Earth. Holy shit, what happened? Who dropped me off here? How come I signed up for this? So it's going to be like a stark, drastic difference. So we need to ground her more than ever before. Out in nature, on the earth, out in the backyard, tree in the backyard. She's up against the tree. The tree's energy is grounding her. She can cuddle the tree, lean up against the tree, read a book up against the tree. The other thing we can ask for is the earth. Earth, please come and anchor her down into you to ground her every single day for the remainder of this lifetime. Do you have any suggestions other than that, Earth? No. Good. Thank you, Kristin. I'm on it. The Earth will anchor her down. I had a very, very ungrounded person that came to me for a reading the other day, and I've known her for 7-8 years. She's come to my courses a long time ago. And I said, hey, They're telling me you're ungrounded. I don't need them to tell me you're ungrounded. I can see you're ungrounded. So we called in Earth and we did this. And she emailed me the other day and she said, you remember when we asked Earth to ground me? And I was like, ooh, I'm getting feedback. She says, I feel so much different. I feel so much better. I feel calmer. I'm happier. And I just want to thank you for bringing that to my attention that I could ask for that. So definitely asking Earth is a wonderful, wonderful God. Okay. Annie, what are we doing? We're laying on the couch. Something here is it. I feel like I'm partially in paradise. What is this? Yes, on couch with a candle lit. It feels real good, Annie. You're doing good, girl. Because I'll tell you, anything you want to manifest from that happy, enjoyable, relaxed place is going to light fire and you're going to manifest it way faster. So what is best for Annie to do in the new year? In the beginning, it's going to be more rest and relaxation. I almost feel like an annoyance, like, come on, like, when are we going to go? Come on. And anything else on that? They don't recommend anything until the end of February, beginning of March. This is when this new energy is going to come in and assist you and bring you what you so desire or what you want. Anything else? I get this feeling of you helping people or this desire to help people. So what is it that you can do to help other people? Rewarding, enjoyable. What are you doing? He's like, your guardian angel, he's like, got this like a, I don't know, like a book or a scroll. And he's got it like this, like, oh yeah, what are the options here? And then he's like, you can't see that. Oh, geez. Eric hasn't even got a word in edgewise, people. No. So anything else? It'll come to you when it's time at the end of February. Until then, relax and enjoy yourself. You deserve it. There we have it. You know they've done this to me before. And I went, oh, okay, well. And I pester them, and forget about it. Don't even bother trying. It's not going to work, okay? They're not going to tell you. So you just wait. You relax. You do what they are. You just relax and enjoy yourself. I mean, how many people here on Earth would love to hear that? Pick me, pick me. Wineries? Flat. That feels flat. You can if you wish. He's doing this. You can if you wish, but it feels very flat. He's really animated. He's got like a little pinch of magic and he's going to throw it in on the situation. Oh my God. Do you have like a, it's either one of two things. Either you love to laugh a lot, Annie, and he's going to try and make you laugh a lot. Or number two is you're too serious, you're too worried about things, and he's trying to make you laugh to lighten you up, okay? It's all about chilling and relaxing right now. Nothing more than that. Photography, that's like one step ahead of the wineries, but still flat. And he's also talking about this year coming up, people not spending money on certain things. He says if we see the 3D approach on this, the wineries would serve you better because people will probably be leaning into the alcohol more in 2024. You are killing me right now. But the truth is, neither one of those is the path. And he's just asking you to wait until the end of... Oh, there we are. So you love to laugh. And you like to make people laugh. And you're a bit of a prankster. He's teasing you that the two of you are built from the same cloth. He just doesn't stop. He says you have nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about. There's no need to even... He's like this. There's nothing to worry about. There's no need for you to worry. We don't even need to be having any more of this conversation. And then he's acting as if he's leaving. Oh my God, you're killing me. All right. Keep up with you. That's your male guardian angel. And what is your name? We should get this here. He's telling me his name is Derek. D-E-R-E-K. Derek. Correct. Nice. Your other guardian angel's name is? Oh, she's more of the mature one out of the two. You can feel her energy is right behind me. He's all like ready to rumble. She's a little bit calmer and more... He says someone needs to be here to steer the ship, meaning you and your life. And what is your name? You know, like the actress Daryl Hannah? You know how calm and stoic she is? So is your guardian angel. And she feels very tall and long hair. It looks like blonde to me. And she's telling me her name is Daryl, as in... for Daryl Hannah, the actress. D-A-R-R-Y-L. Got it. She's... Pleiadian lifetimes? Yeah, you've had Pleiadian lifetimes. No wonder I'm bantering off and having a great time here. So have I. I'm like... No. If you've had Pleiadian lifetimes and your guardian angels are on you like this, there's something coming for you in the future, and it ain't wineries and it ain't photography. All right. You're super welcome, Suzanne. My God, woman. My God. Anything you want to add, Eric? He says, you are all on my team. He says, which means that I'm allowed to put my arm around you, hang out with you, and coach you if you need me to. He says that there's some times where he steps in and he coaches me, and he'll gently tell me off if I'm going off in the head too much, or visit her in the car when she's driving. If you'd like me to visit you while you're driving in your car, or help you, or coach you, simply ask. He says it's free. And everything he just said there is exactly correct. He will come and he'll have a straight talk with me. Okay? So, there we have it. Yeah. High five. You can high five him. He hears everything that's going on in your mind anyways. You might as well high five him in your mind. All right, everyone, have an awesome weekend.